Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Emulating Ronaldo. I've had a few people impatient for this to be uploaded, but I decided that I would holiday quite far into the future and then be able to record a few episodes in one go, meaning that they will be regularly uploaded rather than having massive gaps between them. So I have almost finished holidaying to the end of the careers, in fact, but I thought I'd get episode 2 up now. Good time to do it. And it's not a huge gap between episode 1 and now, and hopefully has allowed some of you to cool down, some of you angry people that didn't get into the series. I apologise, I can't make everyone. It would just take too long for starters, and the videos would be too long if I had like 200 players. I mean, 500 people have put up their details once again. That's pretty much every single time I've had about 500 people go for it, meaning that there's a slim chance of you getting it. So if you don't get it, I'm sorry, but I'm a bit disappointed with all the dislikes on the last video. That's the most dislikes by a long way that I've ever received on a video. I think it was about 30, but then again it did get over 150 likes, which is the most for a while, apart from the competition videos I uploaded. So you know, it swings and roundabouts, but thank you to those that put supportive words on and are watching it despite not being it. If you're just applying to get your name into the series and for no other reason, if you're not going to watch it anyway, then there's no point going for it, to be honest, because it's meant to be it's meant to be like a reward for those that actually watch my videos and enjoy this series anyway, no matter who's in it, because it doesn't matter whose names are in it. It's just interesting to follow different players' careers, and the fact that they are based on real players or on real people or have nicknames of real people, then that's just a bit of added interest. And it means, I mean, you can follow your player, but it's nice that my competition for FM15 has meant that many of you are supporting a certain player. So continue to do that. Obviously in the coming videos, just show your support for a particular player, and at the end of the series I will pick someone who's commented regularly and shown their support for their player, no matter how rubbish they turn out, and I'll pick someone out random and then send them an FM15 code. So yeah, I just thought people would be a bit more accepting and a bit more, I don't know, just appreciative of the fact that I'm giving away a copy of FM15. But never mind, it's just one of those things. I guess I just have to deal with it. Sorry to the person that got angry about me putting in Broccoli Radio. Sorry for trolling you there. But there's been a few people that want to support him, so most people don't seem to mind. And I've got a good mix of real names and random names, so I think that's the best way to go about it. And if I do another one in future, then I might do more players. We'll see. And then maybe just focus on a few in each episode. Anyway, I'm going to go down like normal in previous series. I'm going to go down the list and just show you where the players are. Obviously, they are now at clubs. This is one season into the game, June 2015. Some players don't actually have clubs yet, you can see. Usually the ones from countries where outside of Europe, to be honest, usually struggle to find a club in the first season. But they should find one soon. Anyway, we'll start with the biggest value going down. So we won't go down in position order. We'll mix it up a bit to add a bit more interest. So Christian Johansson is the first player. He's Danish. He's worth the most money so far. 675k at the age of 17. He's moved to Stoke, where he managed to get a goal in the Premier League, in fact, last season, and a couple of assists. And a good average rating. Just have a quick look at how the Premiership ended last season. For those interested, someone suggested showing goal highlights, and I plan to do that at some point. The only thing is, when I holiday into the future, that often the past games do not save, so I can't see all the goals. But if there's something I can see or show, like a Champions League final goal, then I will. Anguilla Gracienta, that was a struggle. He's moved to this team, Aldosivi, wherever they are. They're in Argentina. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at the players' history, not their history. Go back. Come on. Oh dear, it's all going wrong already. He's also scored a goal in 13 games. for this team. Let's just see if we can see. I mean, Velez won the league last season. Obviously, I can't load up all the leagues, otherwise it'd be stupid. Broccoli Radio's moved to Aston Villa and played 3 goals in 5 games in the Premiership. That's a very impressive record, and played very well for the reserves as well last season, and has actually managed to gain 321 caps and 3 goals for Ireland. In fact, let's have a quick look whilst we're here at international records, whoever's managed to gain the most caps. So Cunnington has managed to get 9 caps for Australia already. There's a handful of other caps for various people. Goals wise, Mitchell Bowson's managed to get 3 and 8 for Malta, 3 and 4 for Mario Bradatelli in Azerbaijan, and 3 and 8 once again for another Maltese player. Youth caps, Franciano Man has got the most for Colombia, 15. And youth goals, 3 for Corrali as well as Radio. Anyway, we'll go back to where we were. Just getting sidetracked there, I apologise. But I do that whilst I remember. Jack O'Halloran, also another Irish player, has gone to Man City. 3 Irish under-21 caps. And managed to play 4 games in the Premiership last season for Man City. Bradley Handelaar, the Dutch player, has 4 under-21 caps. He's moved to PSV, which is always a good move, I think. 11 games as well, mainly off the bench, as you can see. And Feyenoord won it with PSV, and then Vitesse in 3rd. Moving on to Dylan Knight, San Marino player, 3 caps for San Marino now. And he's at Napoli, which, big team, 3 first team appearances as well. Jens Oosterveldjels, the Belgian, has moved to AC Milan. 3 first team games for them. Mushroom, our English midfielder, moved to Man City, 221 caps, and managed to get a goal in his 4 appearances in the Premier League last season. Hareth Mood, be interesting to see if he ends up playing for England, or I think it was Jordan. Let's just have a quick look. His second nationality was, Jordan, I was right. Where is he? So he's at Swansea and played 3 games in the Premiership. Very good average rating from those 3 games. In fact, he's at Everton, but he went on loan to Swansea after playing 1 game in the league for Everton. Rob Vernon, a Gibraltar player, has got a 1 goal in 5 games for Gibraltar, who, I don't know who they beat, but they didn't have a world ranking. He's at Burnley, 14 games for them as well last season, and 3 assists. Didn't have such a good average rating though, but he's good that he's got game time, and Burnley actually did stay up in 9th place as well. Amazing. Hayden Eyre is Welsh, but has chosen his second nationality of Czech Republic to play for the under-21 team. He's got 1 goal in 3 games for them, so sorry to any Welsh people out there following Hayden Eyre because he's Welsh, but he's actually chosen his second nationality. It'd be interesting to see if he sticks with them or moves over to the full Welsh team eventually. We'll see. He's at Stoke, 5 games for them in the Premier League last season. Plenty of reserve games as well. Johan Adolfsson, the Swedish keeper, lots of support for him from the looks of my episode 1. Quite a few people showing the support for him. Maybe you're from Sweden and that's why. He's at West Ham and has played a couple of games in the Premier League, ahead of Adriano, I guess. He conceded 4 goals in those 2 games. Not a very good average rating at all, but he's done very well as a reserve player. 12 goals conceded in 14 games, 7 clean sheets. Hopefully will improve and get into the first team. Liam Lagana is at Arsenal in the under-21s though, but has done very well for the full Malta team. 159th in the world at the moment, but I mean Balzan and Lagana are also already in the top 5 best players in Malta, which is really good to see. And hasn't played any full games for Arsenal, but plenty of games in the reserves, 7 goals as well. 3 assists, man of the match, so he's done well for them. This is the other Malta player. He's at Real Sociedad and did actually play 6 games for them in La Liga. 1 goal in that time. Let's see who won the league. It was Real Madrid, then Barcelona, then Atletico Madrid. Haven't loaded everything because obviously the game will run so slow, but we can see who's the top 3, which is what we want to see mainly. Can't see where Real Sociedad finished, but well, we can't see if they actually got relegated or not, but we'll find out. This is me at Chelsea under-21s, so I don't think I've played a full game. No games for the under-21s in England either, but I've gone. I always seem to go to Chelsea, don't I? And then they ruin me. It's strange. Actually, I did play 1 game in the league. 7.6 rating as well in that game, but whoa, how many games? I played so many non-competitive reserve games. 15 goals, 30 assists. I've been insane in the reserves. Blimey. Well, surely I can get into the first team after that performance. 3rd in the group. Patrick Bamford, Harry Kane up there as well for West Brom. Interesting. He's actually gone. He's on loan. Yeah, interesting. Okay, back we go. Getting sidetracked again. Erdi von Hunter, our Turkish player. He's at Galatasaray. 521 caps for Turkey as well. Managed to play 21 games in the league. 3 goals, 13 assists in the Turkish Super League, where they finished 3rd. Tom Larsson has managed to get 1 cap for Denmark already, and he's playing in Denmark. Managed to get 25 games under his belt. Very, very good average rating. 9 man of the matches. Fantastic stuff from the left back. His team didn't manage to finish in the top 3. They actually won it in 2014. Marcus Duncombe, 4 under-21 caps for Austria, 1 goal. He's moved to FC Red Bull Salzburg, who he's been playing for their youth team by the looks of it. But did play 10 games, 6 goals as well. And then in the reserves, or the youth team, whatever they're called, 9 goals in 16 games. Very good. And they did win the league, in fact. So I'm guessing he must have... No, he doesn't show he's won a competition, but I'm sure he's played enough games to be able to get a medal. Marcio Salgado, our Portuguese player, who's co-owned by Telma Faria. He's at Sporting. Oh, he's an agent. Oh dear. So, oh no, he's at Olympiacos. Oh wait, he's at Sporting. He's gone on loan to Olympiacos. Played 4 games in the cup for Sporting. Had a very good average rating before going on loan to Olympiacos, who won the league, but only managed to get 3 games under his belt. So I don't think that's enough to get a medal. But still, a club like that doing so well, it's only beneficial to him, surely. And Sporting won the league as well, so he's done well there. He's in 2 teams that have won the league. Okay, moving on to Kostas Chiliabou, our Greek player who's actually managed to get 1 goal in 1 game for Greece. Is at Tripolis in Greece. Oh, very good in terms of game time. 4 goals, 8 assists as well. Didn't manage to finish in the top 3 in Greece, but that's good. Good start to his career. Tarnowski, our Norwegian, who I think is Polish as well. In fact, he may have been mainly Polish, or I can't remember. Anyway, he's decided to play for Norway under 21s, and he's at Club Brugge in Belgium, where he only played 4 games, 2 assists though, so a good average rating, and they finished 3rd in the league. On to another Portuguese player, Borrego. He plays for this team, Rio Ave under 19s. I don't really know who they are. He's got 2 under 21 caps though. They are in the Premier League in Portugal. They finished 14th out of 18 teams. Managed to get 12 games under his belt, 4 assists. Good average rating as well. Who's next? This guy, another Portuguese player, the last one. Look at those goalkeeping attributes, crazy. 421 caps for Portugal. And he's he was playing for Porto, played quite a few games in the league once again, but went on loan to Academia and conceded 11 goals in 9 games for them. They finished mid-table. I think the Portuguese league is a good league to start in. Possibly, I mean, just play their whole career. Definitely a decent league. Javier Robertinho, Brazilian, plays for Sao Paulo. Hasn't managed to get any under 21 caps yet for Brazil, but obviously their seasons are a bit different. So he completed the 2014 one, managed to get a goal, and now we're into 2015, and he's got a couple of appearances under his belt. But I think the league only has just started, and he's had a good start anyway. So last season they did actually finish second in the league. These videos are going to be a bit longer now because I've added more players. There's 40 instead of the usual 30. So I've actually added more. So there's one less reason to moan at me. Anyway, Nilius Nyheim, the Norwegian, has 221 caps at Lillestrøm. He's obviously, their division's also different. He's played 5 games last season and he's played 5 so far this season with a very good average rating. Didn't finish in the top 3 last season though. Who's next? We have Statistical Approach, my fellow YouTuber who's American, doesn't have a club, so we're on to the players that don't have clubs thus far, but is wanted by 4 clubs. Yeah, mixture of nationalities there want him. Had he managed any caps? No. So all these players don't have any club at the moment, but they've managed. This guy, despite not having no club, has in fact managed to get 15 under 20 caps for Colombia, and he's not wanted by a team yet, but I assume he'll move on at some point. Surely if he's getting into the Colombian team, he'll find someone. I think because certain countries you're not allowed to play under a certain age. I think in America you usually go to university, don't you, before starting a sort of sport career. Frenchia, I've looked at him. Next one, Nathan Alderson. Yes, 2 caps for Andorra. And Andorra, Moldova, sorry. I'm getting my flags mixed up. 86th in the world. Yeah. And 421 caps as well. But no club. Not wanted by anyone currently. But you should have a club by the next update. Episode 3, our holiday, a couple more seasons. So it'll be 19. And see where we are. So 2 goals in 5 games for Martin Madge for Bhutan. He's moving to Boa Vista next year. Start of next year. I guess he may not be allowed to leave the country until he's 18 by the looks of it, because that's when he turns 18. So I think that's probably why. Certain countries have restrictions. Certain countries you have to do sort of you have to be called up to the army for a year, don't you, in certain places, which is quite interesting. Matthew Harmon, Zimbabwe, joining Sampdoria once again when he's 18, so I'm guessing that's a similar problem. Moving on to Maximus Ballington. Now, this is Andorra. You can see why I got mixed up with Moldova, can't you? So 4 caps for Andorra, 1 under 21 cap as well. And he's wanted by 7 clubs, so he surely will move. And they're all huge clubs as well. He's going to be a star, I think. Josh Connington doesn't have a club, but has managed 1 goal in 9 games for Australia. I don't understand why he's not playing for an Australian team. Doesn't make much sense. But surely he's going to move somewhere at some point. Oh yeah, he's joining Sampdoria at the age of 18 once again. But why is he not playing for an Australian team? I don't know, maybe there's something messed up with the game there. Oscar Anzola, he's joining Besiktas when he turns 18 as well. Hasn't managed any caps though. Moving on to Mahmoud Wahidi. Bit of support for him. 2 goals in 4 games for Lebanon already, but no club, but he's wanted by 8 clubs, mostly in France. We're nearly there. Randall Barron Pusey has 7 caps for Canada and is wanted by 6 clubs. 4 Italian. Czech Republic seem to want a few players, don't they? Mario Bradatelli, 3 goals in 4 games for Azerbaijan, which is very good, to be fair. And he's joining Cordoba when he's 18 in Spain. So it'd be interesting to see how he does there in La Liga, if they're still in that division. when he joins. Ashwin Subudi at Nepal, 1 cap for them. I don't think they play a huge number of games, Nepal. But he's joining Boa Vista as well. Is that 2 or 3 players joining them? Interesting. Karan Patel, our Indian, has got 1 cap for India. He's joining KV Mechelen in Belgium when he turns 18. 1 on finishing. Brilliant. Roberto Corrali looks very good and is joining a team when he turns 18 as well, joining Feyenoord, which is a brilliant team to join to start your career as a young player. Ahmed Shah also moving when he's 18 to Montpellier. Pakistan's got 4 caps already. And lastly, Cristiano Balanta is joining Inter when he turns 18. 4 caps for Indonesia. So it really is the next update where we see how these players get on. Sorry for those of you watching this and you haven't got a team yet, but most of you have in fact got international caps nonetheless. Episode 3, like I said, will be in a couple of seasons' time, and I'll try and get that up as soon as possible. I'm just going to record that now, I think. Just have a mass recording session. But thanks for watching. Please leave a like. That would be much appreciated. And I guess I've been lecturing those that have in fact been supporting me a lot. The people that disliked it and got angry probably won't watch the rest of the series, so won't be actually listening to this anyway. But never mind. Thank you so much for those of you that do enjoy this series and give me support. And I'm sorry for those of you that have signed up 4 times and not managed to get picked. It is luck of the draw, unfortunately. I mean, having so many people sign up is wonderful, but it does mean you get a lot of twat signing. And sorry if, but it just means people are signing that don't really follow my channel. So it would be nice to filter those out. But anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you in episode 3.